got a little bit of a late edition to Pure 850. KW saw the car, they had to be a part of it, so they sent us their V3 Coilovers. It's really one of the best coilover setups for the GTR platform. It's a really nice package. We're gonna open it up right now and show it to you guys. So it comes with a nice toolkit, all your instructions, spanner wrench, adjustment tools in here. And then this is big. A lot of people on the GTRs lose their dampening switch. But with this, it's gonna allow us to bypass that. And your suspension button will still work with these guys. So we got them, and now to the good part. So we're gonna start getting these things ready to go in. First, we gotta get the old coilovers off, but to do that, where the rear shocks mount is in the back seat. So we're gonna have to disassemble the back seat. We're gonna do that right now before we put the car on the lift, so we can have the doors all the way open. Just gives us a little bit more room to work. We're gonna measure the ride height, where it's at right now, so we can match it as closely as safely allowable by KW's specs. And we're gonna jump into it right now. Just a little bit of stuff has to come out. Cool. So we have the new KW coilover for the front, ready to go in. Got the old one out, but before it's ready to go in, we gotta do a couple things. We have their specs of measurement right here. And what I like to do before I bolt everything together is at least get it close. So they give you different measurements. From here, we're gonna measure from the top of the perch to the center of this eyelet. The minimum allowable is 320 millimeters. I usually like to set it at the bottom, and then if we need to raise it up a little bit, we can. But we'll get that nice low ride height right off the bat usually. And that's about right there. So at least we know we're there. And then in here in the OEM top hat, you have to have the OEM top hats for this. There's a little divot in here. We're gonna have to take that out so the shaft can go all the way through without any issues. And then we'll be torquing the top hat onto the coilover with this piece that sits on here like so, and it goes into the spring. And then it'll be going back in the car. All right, we got the little hump ground down in the top hat, so we can now assemble the coilover. So I'm gonna put that on there like so. Top hat goes in, push it down, shape your washer in, get the nut started. And then we have our torque spec right here. It's gonna go do 35 Newton meters, which is 26 foot-pounds. Grab a torque wrench. All right, so we got the rear coilovers almost ready to go in. We just got to finish setting them up. The lowest allowable spec for the rear is 270 millimeters, so we're going to measure that out, set it at the lowest right now. We're going to put the top hats back on, already honed out the little bump in there, and the rear coilovers should be a lot easier install than the front. Should be just a few bolts and in and out they go. We're gonna adjust the rebound when setting up this after we get all the ride height dialed, which it is. So KW calls for 6 clicks open. In order to do that, we're gonna turn it all the way clockwise to the right. It should be about 16 total clicks to be fully hard, and then we're gonna walk it back from there. So if you ever need to reset it, all the way clockwise, 16 clicks. All right, so we got the KW cancel kit right here. This is gonna plug into your OEM harnesses for your adaptive suspension, and this is gonna prevent you from having a fault. So these get mounted up under the front cowl for the front, and then the rear ones get mounted under the side covers next to the rear seat. So we're gonna put these on the brackets first, and then get them mounted up in there and plug them in, and then no more suspension fault. KWs are on the car. The car drives amazing, not only when you're going fast and you're really pushing the limits of the handling, but also when you're driving slow on the freeway. Really good drivability, it's smooth, it's quiet, really a top-notch product. The car's been aligned, so everything's good to go now. KW is the best for your GTR suspension needs, so check them out for your build.